Okay, today instead of building it, in the last video I built a die-cast model of a Boss 302 Mustang. This time I'm not going to tell you what I'm building, but it's a 3D printed model to put together, and then you'll just see it as it goes in the ongoing video. So I've got 3 pieces of model. This looks like engine and hubcaps. This one looks like the chassis and the body of it, the vehicle I'm building. And this looks like tires. So where to start? I don't know. I don't have any instructions. Good thing this is probably not a hard model, but let's start with engine. Well, let's just start with taking the parts out and getting them ready. Up. I'm going to twist it out and then clean it up if I need to clean it up. We'll put the hubcaps here. Okay, now engine parts. This one needs some help. That's Wilbur saying, "Love you." Birds, I have no control over what they're saying throughout the day. Sometimes they get pretty loud. So I think what I'll do, once I clip them all out and getting ready to put them together, then I will clean them up. So between putting this or a 3D model, 3D printed model, and a regular model you might buy in the store, they're the same. You'll pull these things out, take all the parts off, get ready to install them. I am no professional building models. But it's just something to do. You gotta be careful to cut the right places out. So because the hubcaps are silver, they was printed with the engine, because the engine's going to be silver. The next one I do, I will let you see it being printed. So I can put this aside for now, so it gives me more room to work. So we're going to let's put these aside for now. Whoops. Harder to reach down. Okay, we'll put this over the side while we do the engine. If I can pick it up. Okay, here's the engine parts. Seems pretty simple. As I get into things that's harder to do, oh, there they are. Tools. As I get in things harder to do, I will print out the instructions. That got rounded. Yeah, that's what I needed right there. Okay. Make sure this is cleaned up. When you 3D print something, you get these little hairy like things as it prints. And the thing is, you can print it to the colors you have, or the colors you can get. And then if you need to, you can actually get model paint and paint these. Okay. So like if I wanted this engine to be red, the block of it, I could do that. And so I could have like these exhaust pipes, they could be silver, and engine block I could actually paint red if I wanted, or yellow. This is just I'm starting out with a simpler model. And then as we get going here, we will start doing more advanced type things. There's one I saw on Printables, one of the sites you can go to, and it was like an airplane engine with a big propeller, and as it turned, you could see the pistons going in and out. Okay, there we go with the engine. So, let's see about putting it together. You know, it would help to have a picture. Let me go. I'm using my phone as a camera. So, so I can't really use my phone to go anywhere. I don't know how to do that. So we'll just okay. And these models, you can glue them together or they just go together. So, and I can see now that it may be good once you know how it goes. That you can glue them together, and you might have to. Okay. So, this looks like the block. And these look like So, it said you don't need glue for these parts, but it looks like you may have to have glue for this part. Okay, let's you know what? I had the engine upside down. That's why you should have instructions. So I thought it was going to be real simple. So that way that fits in there like that. That's your valve cover. I'm going to put the other valve cover on. Yep, I had engine upside down. And I thought it looked weird because that's the connectors to snap it down. And these are your exhaust pipes. Hey, Wilbur. Hey, Wilbur. Rrr. Okay. 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 Oops. This will, once it's put inside the vehicle, you know, now it's some sort of vehicle. That's the engine. But once you put it in there, snap it in, that'll hold this front and back. So the die-cast car of the Mustang I built was not as detailed. When you lift the hood, it was nice you could lift the hood, open the doors. The trunk didn't open at all. It just had like a picture of an engine that snapped in that was not an engine. So far, I prefer this over the die-cast. But I didn't pay a whole lot for. I paid like $28 for the die-cast Mustang. And so maybe if I had bought one more expensive, but they're getting out of doing models, and they're going to like a Lego model. And by doing that, so far the only place I've found that has real models that you use glue with, the bad thing with if I'm using the glue, I got to make sure that, because I'm working around where the birds are, I got to make sure that there's no toxic smells coming from the glue, because it's going to be bad for the birds. So we got the engine done. It looks like what needs to be done next would be the body. So let's put the engine to the side, because it's done. Can you see that? Nope, you can't see that. Let's put the engine right there. And maybe we'll put the tools over here to the side. Put the engine right here. Okay. Now let's get all the body parts out. Not body parts as human parts, but body parts for what I'm building. And that looks like, you know, the frame, the bottom of the car, chassis. Would it be chassis? I'm not sure. That looks like, okay, looks like maybe the front of the car. You got a door here and a door here. What do you think? By not having the instructions for the next one, I'll definitely have to have the instructions, because it's going to be more advanced as I do more. But it's kind of like doing a jigsaw puzzle. Once you get the parts out, then you can see where they go. Looks like one more part here. Nope, two more. This looks like the windshield. Okay, that looks like all the parts. Does it look like all the parts? Okay. So let's clean those parts up. Let's start with the chassis or the framing of the vehicle. Okay. Either side can be the chassis. So, chassis, frame, what the car is built off of or built on. Okay. Looks like a windshield with the little windshield wipers. Some of it looks pretty easy. Oops. Dropped a part. Uh-oh. This is going to be tough. I'm getting old. I'm already old. I got it. I saw this piece hanging down from the windshield, and it's just a piece I didn't cut off. I thought it was the windshield broke off. But now, let's see. Right there. Tom does everything. The reason why I gave my channel that name for YouTube, I'm trying to make videos that I can put on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. That's a lot of beyond me. My son-in-laws said, hey, why don't you call it Tom Does Everything? And so it kind of stuck in my mind, so I put the name as Tom Does Everything, ? Meaning that maybe in the comments people would tell me, okay, why don't you jump out of an airplane with a parachute? And I could say no, because there's a question mark, and I decide whether I can do it or not. And for me being my age, not sure I want to jump out of an airplane. When I turned 50, I got kind of obsessed with, because I think I saw it on the TV of doing paragliding, except with a motor. And so I started looking into the paragliding. I'm thinking, oh, I can make that. So I decided to make it. And I didn't think about how big it needed to be or anything like that. And so that video is gone, because at that time I didn't think about doing YouTube. Maybe YouTube wasn't around at that time. It's been years since that happened. But I'm 69, so yeah. When I turned 50, I wanted to paraglide. I should have just went out and bought a paraglider, but I didn't. So if I can ever come up with that video, I will put it on YouTube or Facebook. And Facebook. But I don't think I can come up with it, because I really didn't film it. We filmed, I bought a parachute from Army surplus store, which it's called here in Fort Wayne. It's called what is it called? Joe's, something like Joe's Surplus. But I bought a parachute there. It was a nice parachute. I ended up cutting the parachute up to try and make the paraglider. Well, I didn't quite do it very well. So it became more of a wreck, trash, because I really didn't think about it. But yeah, I should have just went ahead and bought a paraglider if I really wanted to do that. And start using it. because at that time I could have done it. So I got that. Okay, now let's see if we can put them together. Chassis. Okay. It looks like these doors bend right here. You know what? They do bend. They bend. How about that? So it's doors. I'll put them right side up. Bend it to there. Bend this door. So this is the driver's door. This is the passenger door. And it's going to go in front of the car. Goes back here. Okay. Yeah, it goes out there. Like that. So let's see. Not sure what this is. I know what it is. Okay. I don't think it goes there. We have to take that one off. And it'll come together as we progress. Okay. Does that go? This is a windshield. Something don't look right. This looks like the front of the car. Let's go ahead and put the engine in. Okay, there's the engine. One, two, three, four, 5 pieces, and the stern wheel's over here. I believe that goes there, like that. Yep, I think, yeah, that's right. Hmm. Okay. I believe that goes that way. Like that. Then pin that up. Like that. See there? So that bends up in there like that. And then this bends down. The license plate, rear lights. This should have been put on before this thing. Oops. Like that. So that goes in there like that. Okay. What doesn't look right, it seems like this should be down here, but it doesn't have a thing to click it in up here. Seems like this should be down lower because to pull air in over the engine. We'll see. That doesn't go that way. Those come in from the side. Huh. Looks like this bends. Possibly goes inside here. Okay. We know the windshield. Oh, there we go. That goes in there like that. That doesn't make sense either. Because that's for the steering wheel right there. But it has slots here. Seems like the windshield should be out here somewhere. I don't know. Looks like that goes on there. What is that noise? I know it's one of the macaws. They're grooming each other. That's what that noise is. Sound like a click, 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 click. Okay, I'm kind of stuck. May have to go to the picture. Wait. This here should be folded down. Yeah. Now, hey, looky there. See there? Just thinking a little bit. Folds down like that. And then the window goes over top. No, finger, look, oh, finger, come on. Old age, arthritis, breaking too many boards with my fifth. Karate coming back to haunt me. Okay. Try not to break this. Oh, there we go. So, see there? That's the windshield. Okay, with the little wipers. And I know that's got to be where it goes. This is questionable here. I see where something should insert. And it looks like the last thing to insert you're getting kind of an idea of what it is, right? Little hairy things from 3D printer. Oops, gotta watch it end up breaking something. Doors. This front, questionable. Wait. Uh-huh. Yeah. See here? Slots. That. Let's take this back out. Okay, set this down. Okay, this has got to bend this way. Yep. Doesn't make sense though. Why this would be on top, because wait, these should bend back. It'll make more sense as I bend it. I need some tweezers. I don't have tweezers. And I don't want to cut it with these. Hopefully it doesn't break off. But yeah, there we go. Don't want to break those off. Okay. Take those edges off. It is a lot like a jigsaw puzzle because I should have, on the next thing I do, I'm going to definitely have the instructions to the way it's built, because it'll be more advanced. So I think I had started talking about why I named the channel Tom Does Everything, ? And then I decide on whether or not I would do it. But when you say everything, it puts a lot of pressure on doing a lot of stuff. And as you see, a lot of the YouTubers, oh, there we go. A lot of the YouTubers may be in one area, like freeze drying food. Well, I freeze dry food, and it's going to be put on there also. But a lot of people, their expertise are in freeze drying, or it might be in activities outside, or it might be motorcycles, it might be cars, it might be, but it's just certain things. And when I said everything, that's a lot of pressure. Even if I choose not to do certain things, it puts a lot of pressure on doing things. Oh, there we go, it snapped in. Great. So, as you can see now, where I thought this was supposed to be down there, it folds down. So now when I put it on, like that, see there? Now it looks right. Look at there. Get those little hairy things off. So I'm to that point with my guessing and stuff. Let's see if I can finish it up. Well, still got tires and stuff, but those self-span, all that, I can't talk. Okay. Okay. Let's see about maybe the steering wheel. I know that's the steering wheel just by looking at it. Oops, there it goes. And that's tires. Well, notice this represents a certain type of model, but it's detail because this is something that someone's made it. There's people out there that all they do is make I'm not a computer expert, but all they do is make, how did I say it? They design the model for the 3D printer, and some things you have to pay for to get the rights to do it, especially if you're going to sell it. And then there's a lot of free stuff that you can do that's you can't sell it unless you pay them like a commission. Okay, don't want to break something here. And this was free to do, but if I was going to print it to sell it, I'd probably have to pay a commission. And it's usually like monthly. So, got the steering wheel in. See it in there? Now, 2 pieces left to the body. There's a thing down in there. Okay. Gonna have to put those to the side. Figure out where they go. I think they go in there somehow. It would help to see the picture of it, but since what I need to do, I need to get me a GoPro and use the camera and not be using my phone to do the videos. Okay, here's one of the tires. Let's set this aside for now. And we're going to do the tires. There's tires. I don't know what that is. That looks like car seats. We'll go ahead and take that out. We'll just go ahead and take all the parts out. And whatever these things are. Oops, went to the floor. I used to be at 210 pounds. And then on the Maggiorno, I lost over 50 pounds. That's a shot I just gave myself a little while ago. Maggiorno. They don't support my channel. They don't sponsor me. So, but it's something I do, and it's how I lost over 50 pounds. And it just fell on the floor too. So I got all the parts out of there. So here's the things. I've got all the parts out. Okay. Set those aside. And then I'll scoot this to, since I did lose all the weight, I don't have the big belly like I used to. There's still a belly there, but it's sagging. And you don't want to hear about me talking about my sagging belly. Well, let's clean these parts up. Whatever those are. I don't know what they are yet. But you can tell what a lot of things are. I know these are tires. It's obvious. Okay. Okay. That's obvious. Let's put the hubcaps on. Do that. Let's put them on the car first. Big tires in the back. I think that is related to the 70s. Going back to the 70s. The thing about this, because there's no axle, the tires do not turn. Because they've got this here, and then this here. So yeah, the tires do not turn. Maybe if it was more of an advanced one, the tires would turn. So we put the tires in the front. Last tire. Wait. The way they're 3D printed, they do turn. Look at that. I thought they wouldn't turn because, you know, sometimes when you do a 3D thing, you have to break the inside. Well, we'll work with that later. But the front ones are turning. Okay. This is about putting the model together, not making sure the tires are turned, although it'd be nice. You want to think about that whole time. And okay. Okay, got that. I think you gotta break it loose. Okay. that one's not going to go right. You know what? See if we got a file that will do what I need it to do. Let's see if it fits. There we go. That one's on. See there? Get the other side. It's not flat. That one is not flat. Not flat. See if this one, that one's kind of flat. You gotta watch my fingers. I don't squeeze something and break it. The last one's gonna be the hardest. Gotta be careful not to break it. Come on. Hopefully that's not breaking. Junk drawer. Don't have any knives in here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we're gonna move on because I've got one good side and not the other side. And maybe I can fix that tonight. So, on to, looks like that bends. I bet that goes there. For the roof. That probably goes in there. That bends down, probably like that. Rear view mirror, that looks like the roof. Okay. Looks better, huh? Roof. Now, let's turn it this way. Good side. Because the tire I might have to fix later because it's... So, where does these go? Where did these go? Probably has something to do with this. I know where they probably go. Oops. Almost went to the floor. I bet these has got to be the seats. Okay. And this is going to mount them down to the floor. Okay. This one goes on this side. Hopefully I got them right. Let's go down in there. Probably would have helped not having this to. These should have went on before I put. If I'm careful, I could probably pull this off. There you go. Now, this goes here. And see, the directions would have said, you do this first, you do this second, third, fourth. Yeah. If I didn't have instructions with me. Next time, don't forget. It's good to read the instructions. So now this goes over that. I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it. You know what? Seats. So as I put things together, it become more and more obvious where certain things went or goes. McCall's making noise over there. Well, other than this rim right here, it goes right there. Maybe I'll work on it right now a little bit. See if I can conquer it. Want to file it flat. Because that's all I've got left. If I don't break the wheel off. All I got left to put on. I think I'm getting it. Another thing I'm thinking about doing as I build these models, different ones, it's not for sure yet, don't get your hopes up, but I'm thinking something that might be good to do for my people that subscribe. Subscribe, it costs nothing for you to subscribe. All you gotta do, you go to a person's channel, you see it, and it doesn't cost anything, but by subscribing and put a like, but the subscribing part's real important, you can get notifications when I make new videos. So, and it costs nothing. Gotta be careful not to push too hard on that. So it doesn't cost anything, and you get notification when a new video comes out, like one like this. But what I'm thinking I might do, tell me in the comments. I haven't been reading my comments, being a good YouTuber. But I need to start doing that as I get more and more subscribers. Once a month, I'm thinking about, from the ones that subscribe, I will give away. I'll have to figure that out. I think because if you get thousands of people subscribing, it's going to be hard to put thousands of in a pot to pick one out. May have to go to subscribe, and if you comment on a certain thing, it'd be a giveaway for free. And so that's what I'm thinking, is things I'm making, and then once a month maybe it'd be like, okay, the first one that comments on, and it's got to be what I'm doing or what I'm giving away at that time, but if they comment on that model, come on. If they comment on that model that I'm building at that time, they would be the winner. And so it'd have to be like, okay, I might say, okay, when I'm done with that video, like this one's getting ready to be, it's not going in quite like it's supposed to, but it's good enough for now. So if I say, okay, the 25th comment that I see on what I'm building at that time, and if it's not what I'm building, I have to throw that one out and go to the next one. But like, let's say 25, and you're the 25th one, and you say you was building a tank, but I wasn't building a tank, so I got to throw that one out, go to the next one. If they say you was building a, what does that look like? Like a Jeep that's been souped up into a muscle car. Then they would win it. Be the happy winner of that model that got built. And so let me think on that, and then I'll tell you when I'm going to start that. And then as this gets going, doing these models, it could be a Jeep-like model like this one is. It could be a aircraft carrier. It could be airplane. It could be a train. It could be even like a model of, I don't know. I know when I was young and putting models together, I would put a model together that was, it was Frankenstein. And it's showing walking, you know, like this. And so there's also models of creature from the Black Lagoon. There was a model of the mummy that would walk the same way as Frankenstein. So anyway, this video looks like, if you would like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything. And I guess share. And I just heard from a YouTuber before I started this that share, I think, means share to Facebook. So you can get as many, because what makes your channel successful is the amount of subscribers you get. So in order to get that 100,000, I think it's called, what is it called? YouTube whatever that thing's called. It's silver button. I think it's called button. The YouTube silver button. That would be really nice to get 1,000. Because guess what? When it comes to my next video I'm getting ready to do is probably train on my electric unicycle. That was $3,000 to get that. The old man trying to ride a electric unicycle, and this model, which is by printing on a 3D printer, it's very little. We're talking maybe $1 to make that, and then my time making it for you to see. So there you go. I'm got this one done, and so what does that do? Done.